What news do you have for us?
All right, so let's see. Is my screen still showing?
Yep, I see a screen share. I'll be able to. I thought I was able to.
There we
How
go.
about that?
That looks good. So I've got a couple of things that are either upcoming or in progress that I've come across that looked pretty exciting to me. So this one I actually just came across here right before office hours started. Nathan McNulty had a post here on I like how he calls it out here. What he's calling operational groups stolen fair and square from System Center dudes' operational collections, which is another fantastic solution, by the way, for your config manager shop. But basically, it looks like Nathan's putting together a PowerShell script here that will allow you to create Entra groups based on the authentication methods that they have registered, whether or not they have MFA or they're configured for passwordless, and a lot of other different things that hopefully will make your life easier in managing various groups and conditional access and that sort of thing. Really useful. So I'll post this, but he does have a GitHub link here that does take you over to the current version of the script. Um, and of course, it's using our good friend, the Microsoft Graph SDK, with a little bit of PowerShell. Um, so, very cool stuff here. And that's super hot off the presses. Committed 16 hours ago on GitHub. Uh, Also came across this post from James Robinson that there are some updated lap settings that look like they're coming to Intune. So this was posted in the Intune in development page. There are a couple of exciting things that are coming here. The automatic account management. So this will allow you to configure Windows to automatically create a custom account for Laps that Laps is going to take control of. Today in 23H2 and earlier, that's not an option. So you have to have some way around actually creating that account automatically. And something that somebody else just mentioned to me recently, um, passphrases are actually showing up as an option here in the future with Laps. So these passphrases are exactly that. If you're using Laps today, you've probably seen that Laps passwords are just a big complex password, bunch of symbols, letters, numbers. Um, but we're going to be able to use passphrases soon, and I think that's going to make the feature even more usable than it already is. So very exciting to see these are going to be coming pretty soon. Um, and the last big thing that I came across here was Morris posted, a friend of ours who does fantastic work on so many things, but many of you have probably used his driver automation tool and the driver and BIOS update script that's posted sort of as a I don't know, what would you call it, Johan? Sort of like an addition to this that actually helps you update drivers and BIOS. Um, Driver automation tool allows us to very easily choose make and model of a device, or OEM and model of a particular device, download the drivers, and create the packages to make them available in Config Manager as a standard package. A lot of great options around it. And frankly, in terms of driver management, this is one of the biggest things to have come out over the last several years in terms of how much easier it makes driver management. Long story long, um, he put out version 8 beta, and I wanted to call that out because anybody using this might want to go ahead and start trying out the beta release so we can start testing. And I mean, he's given so much of his own time to the community for this tool. If anybody has the chance, go ahead and download and install the beta and start to see if you're seeing any issues. There is a bit of a caveat, obviously, since it's beta. Not all of the functionality of the prior versions of the driver automation tool are in there, but he is spelling out here what is currently available. So, for example, only Acer and Dell support is available at the moment, but additional support for HP, Lenovo, and Microsoft is coming very soon. As well as it looks like he will be working on some Intune support, which is pretty exciting, as well as deployment rings and some additional UI enhancements. Um, Also mentioned in his post here that instead of doing large releases, that he's adding functionality in sprints. So we should see a lot of Morris's intention here is to give us a lot of little releases, it seems, with this new version. I'm really looking forward to this. I did happen to install it just a little bit ago. There are a few things that just weren't working quite right as expected, but all in all, very easy to install the tool. Configured the connection to my config manager site, selected a couple of models, and then went ahead and built those packages just like you would in the prior driver automation tool. Um, so just nice to see the redesign that's happening here and this tool getting some more love. Yeah, Johan, I know you're a big fan of this tool as well.
Very big fan. Fantastic. Nice to see a new major release for the first time in a good while. So I'm very pleased.
Absolutely. I should also point out this enhancement, dark mode. It's fantastic. All right. So that's most of what I came across here for this week.
All right, I do have a few things I stumbled across. Um, Let me go ahead and share my screen.
All right.
All right, not this one. It was from earlier. But I stumbled across a blog post from Just regarding Intune and device query for multiple devices. Um, for those of you that have that license suite from Microsoft, it's part of Advanced Analytics, part of the Intune suite, also available as a standalone add-on. There is now an option to query multiple devices. I haven't a chance to play around with this myself yet, but I'm intending to. But long story short, this apparently lit up in his tenant, and he posted some example queries down here that we can elaborate and use for this. So pretty cool to see. Been one of those things we've been waiting for.
Absolutely.
Then I stumbled across a post from Jörgen Nilsson, our friend over in Sweden, about managing extensions for VS Code or Visual Studio Code. So that was a good blog post as well. Doing this through policies, of course, but yeah, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Policies and scripts, I should say. Healthy dose of the both. I saw just before we joined today, I saw a post from the Intune Support Team. They announced a new blog by the either one of the engineering team members or one of the PFEs. Let's see which one that was which. No, it was from one of the program manager, Michael Dinin. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that last name, but examples on how to block and remove apps on into managed devices, including Windows and phones and whatnot. So that might be a good one to read up on as well. And finally, I stumbled across Tom Lawrence, who we mentioned here a few times on Office Hours, primarily for his work with pfSense and networking, Unify, and others. He published up on GitHub his diagrams that he used on all his demos. And for those who haven't seen this, I downloaded this zip file earlier and unpacked it. If you go to drawi.com, so this is a free platform to use. And it's like Visio, but it's just online and always available and no charge to it and whatnot. So I can go ahead and open a drawing from my device. And here's the folder where I downloaded those. And just to show an example, this was one of the drawings that were available. So nice looking, easy to work with, quite popular among networking folks to create diagrams and always have available. So highly recommend to look those up.
Yeah, Tom's got some great content. I've got a post from a video that he posted a few days ago that's on the list to watch that I was going to mention to you. Is about the new Unify zone firewall rules.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. Little off topic from our normal stuff, but if you're in IT, Tom's a good follow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I spent way too many hours arguing with one of my Unify Pro switches and VLAN setups. I wanted to have a combination of pfSense routers and VLANs, inter-VLAN routing in that switch, and it took me more hours than I like to admit to get that going. But finally,
you did. You got it all sorted out.
Oh yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yeah,